3, we're going to look at the properties of logarithms. Okay, so basically if I'm taking the log with some base and I have something being multiplied, the product, well really I can just separate that into two logs with the same base. So notice those both have b's, and then I'm adding those two logs. So for example, if I have log base 5 of 32, well I can separate that 32 into 8 and 4, and then it's log base 5 of 8 plus log base 5 of 4. Okay, so it's kind of like exponent properties. When we multiply by the same base, we add exponents. Well, when I'm taking the product of a log, I can separate that into the addition of two different logs. Okay, so let's go look at example. Or here's another one, I guess. Quotient property, same thing. So if I have a fraction, like 2/3, I can separate that into the subtraction, or the difference, of two logs with the same base. So notice they both have the same base, 8. Okay, so if I'm multiplying, I can separate to the addition of two logs with the same base, and if I'm dividing, then I can take the difference of the two logs with the same base. And whatever is on top, that's one comes first, and the bottom one is being subtracted from it. Okay, so let's use those properties. Here's some more examples and kind of how it works. If you want to freeze it, you can, but I'm pretty sure you probably don't care. So let's go ahead and look at example. Last one, sorry. Power property. So whenever I'm taking the log of some base, and that whatever I'm taking the log of 3 is being raised to a power, I can rewrite that as the product, right? When we raise powers to powers, we multiply, dealing with exponents. So when I'm taking the log of something and that something is being raised to a power, I can rewrite that power as a product. So 7 goes out in front of the log and it's being multiplied by that. So let's go ahead and use those. Here's example number 3. So we're going to use the fact that log base 3 of 5 is approximately 1.465, and we want to figure out what this is. So we want to figure out what log base 3 of 405 is. And so basically I want to turn 4 and 5 to a product, right? 5 times something, 81 maybe. So log base 3, because that's my base, and I want to take 405 and I want to switch that into 5 times, that's a 5 by the way, 5 times something that equals 405, which I think pretty sure it's 81. Okay, and now this is a product here, right? So I can separate that into two logs. So I can separate that into log base 3 of 5 plus, because here's multiplying, I can separate in two logs by addition, log base 3, same base, of 81. Now I know this answer because they gave it to me, 1.465. And this one I can rewrite as an exponent. 3 raised to something equals 81. So 3 raised to what is 81? That would be the answer of 4, correct? So 1.465 plus 4, because that's the answer of this. 3 raised to what is 81? That's 4, so I can add those. So my answer of the log base 3 of 405 equals 5.465. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do this example because I'm just using those properties. So quotient property means I'm going to divide. So I'm having a division here, quotient, and so I'm going to subtract the two logs with the same base. So I'm going to rewrite this as log base 3 of 9, top one, minus log base 3 of 5, the bottom one. And it says log base 3 of 5 is 1.465, and then log 3 base 3 of 9, so 3 raised to what is 9? That'd be 2, right? So then I can just subtract these, and what I get, 5, 3, 5, so 0.535, I believe that is correct. 573, yep, okay. So there we go, so there's that one, and let's go ahead and just do the last one. Alright, so this one, this time it says log base 2 is approximately 2.585, and we're taking log base 2, so same thing, raised to 1296. So I want to basically rewrite this as 1296 as a power, right? Some sort of power of 6. So 6 raised to what is 1296? That would be to the 4th. So 1296 can be written as 6 to the 4th. I can use my properties of exponent, the power property more specifically, to move this out in front of the log. So 4 times the log base 2 of 6, and log base 2 of 6 is 2.585, and I'm going to times that by 4. So then I can write this answer of log base 2 of 1296 is equal to approximately 10.34. And so there's all three properties of logarithms.